Today we have what I think, a very nostalgic looking machine. It's called, and I hope I pronounced this right, a Nikko, the ND 392. I just saw this and I couldn't pass up on it. You know, the really cool looking view meters here, soft lit. I've not opened it. I turned it on in the little thrift store that I picked it up just to make sure that the motors were running, and I saw that the heads were very dirty. The pinch roller is very dirty, but you know, the motors run. At least one motor runs. The tape counter worked. Let me see. Yeah, that one works. So it has some belts in place. I did order a belt set. I hope that has arrived. I got a little envelope from an eBay seller. The only one selling belts for this machine, by the way, that I could find. So I ordered a pair a few days ago. It arrived today. But yeah, just look at it. You know, metal, silver front, softly lit meters here. Let's put in a cassette, see what it's doing. Oh. A few meters work. Normal, metal, chrome, ferrochrome. Separate bias and equalizer settings for playback and recording. Dolby works. At least, you know, the little LED works. So let's open it up and see what we can find inside. Clean it up a little bit, test it. Get some music out of it, see what it's doing, and see what we find. My screwdriver fits. And by the way, this is going to be just as much a surprise for you as for me. I just like the looks of it. You know, true 1970s, big old meters up front. I want to show you something else. It's really cool. Hold on, let me get this screw out. It's got a very old technician saying on the back, right? So let me show you this. Here it says black is red, left is right. So if you ever want to know how to connect something, black goes to red, left goes to right. All the screws. Oh, that is old and simple. Oh, and this is cool. Look at this. That's the eject mechanism. Let me show you. Look at that eject mechanism when I open it. That's the damping system of the eject mechanism. Open it up. Can you see that? Yeah. It just dampens the whole door mechanism. That's cool. Okay. I wonder if we can find some sort of service manual for it. I don't know if I want to take this whole transport out. The belt goes from here to here and then up. So if I take this plate out, I should be able to create a little bit of space to replace the belt. Here's a record play switch, a long one, operated by the mechanism. So we probably have to clean that. Yeah, there's a plate here. Let's take that out for a second. See what's going on in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Here's the record play switch. So we definitely have to clean that one. This, by the way, it switches between the record circuit and the play circuit. It activates things like the, you know, the bias circuit and things like that. This has one. Some decks from this age have two of them together, one for the left channel, one from the right channel. This is a combined one. What else can we see here? Nothing is labeled, so there's pot meter, pot meter, pot meter. Maybe I should look for a service manual online. We've got the switches. I see no bulgy caps, so that's good. I see no traces of leaky caps. What brand are they? Can I see that? No. Well, it doesn't look bad. I don't see any brand names. More pot meters here. Okay, so let me grab the little thing I got from Germany and let's see if we can replace some belts. I got two belts and they seem to be from the Nikko ND 392, so that's this deck. Two belts. Did I see two belts? Oh, I think one for the counter? Yeah. Okay, so we got one main belt, one counter belt. Let me show you what I meant with the capstan and the heads. Now, if you want to see dirty heads, this is what dirty heads look like. You see all that brown stuff on the heads? That's dirt. You see the brown stuff on the pinch roller? That's dirt. On the capstan? That's dirt. You see the pinch roller? That's dirt. So that needs to all be cleaned. Then when we've done that, we will replace a belt. No, you know what? I'm gonna grab my test equipment first. Let's do a test. And then we're gonna replace belts because I wanna check the speed, the wow flutter, maybe even the azimuth. So clean some stuff here and then we'll do that. Okay, let's clean first. And by the way, if anyone knows anything about these machines, I don't think I've ever seen one. No, I'm pretty sure I've never seen one. I'd remember this. Well, that is cleaner. There's still a lot of gunk on there. It's gonna take a little bit more effort. Oh, and by the way, it's getting a lot colder here in Northern Europe. So I'm wearing a sweater. I need to start putting the heater on soon before it gets really cold. It's going to be 5 degrees tonight. That's 5 degrees above freezing for our American friends. Look at that. Pinchroller black. But at least it's getting clean again. Oh, and what I meant was it's getting 5 degrees above freezing and I am in a non-insulated workplace here, so I need to get myself some of those diesel heaters or something, you know, to not freeze my beep off when I do this stuff. Grab a light so I can have a better look. That's almost clean. We're getting there. I hope the light doesn't interfere with the camera too much, but I need to see what I'm doing. Take-up reel makes a little bit of noise, so we'll have a look at what's going on there. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me put them back here. So we'll address that when we get to it. Let's do a little speed test. Or not. I don't see any. I see here, but nothing on the screen. I hear music. Azimuth is way off, but I hear music, but I don't see it on the scope. That is weird. Let me see. Maybe the record play switch. Let's No, that's not the record play switch, because then I would not have sound on the headphone. Oh, that's... Okay. I think I see a problem there. The whole mechanism here is greasy and dirty. So we're going to have to address that. Let me take the switch off. So, maybe now we still have sound. I just had a listen to the music on the tape on the amplifier. That was quite horrible. So you can see I have sound. Let's put on the speed and wound flutter meter. By the way, azimuth is off, speed is off, wow and flutters through the roof. 0.12. Oh, 0.19. That's not as bad as I expected it to be. Speed is a little low. So let's check the azimuth. That's going to be horrible as well. Close, but so we just have a baseline of what's going on. Maybe not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's see what happens if we give it a quick turn. Doesn't want to be adjusted, so we're going to have a look at that. Why it doesn't want to be adjusted. It's full of grease and other stuff. So we have our work cut out. Unplug the deck. Oh, another thing. Somebody asked me or accused me or suggested to me that I should give people a warning about high voltage. I am not your mom. If I have to warn you about high voltage in these things while it's connected to the main, you have no business opening these up. And I mean that, you know, I'm not your mom. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you know, be careful there or be careful there. If you don't know what you're doing, unplug the mains, always. If you need to adjust something, cover the mains up, whatever. But I'm not going to warn you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. You know, I'm not your mom. You figure it out. I'm not responsible for you. Okay, that's the commercial break. By the way, if you do like these videos and you think they're informative, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It helps me making them. It helps me being motivated to make them. So I love hearing from you. So please subscribe. Unplug the mains. We'll do a little bit of cleaning. One of the things I noticed was this lever here for the record play switch that hardly moves. So I'll take that off. We'll clean that. Take my glasses off so I can see. Take the shirt clip off. Old grease everywhere. Okay, yeah, look at that. That's corroded, old grease everywhere. So let me clean that. Okay, that's cleaner. Let me do that post. And I still think this little eject mechanism is fantastic. By the way, this is good liquid moly grease. Use that a lot on the boat as well. It keeps stuff moving, even in harsh weather conditions. It doesn't dry out. That's the wrong cap. It doesn't dry out. And for metal like this, it's fine. If you got a lot of plastic, maybe white lithium's better. But for metal like this, yeah, I like it. And let me figure out how it went, like so. So let me put the circlip back on. Oh, and why did I mention the boat? We just got back from a 6-year-long trip with wife and family. So started in 2018, and last year we decided that it was time for the girls to go back to normal school. My kids, they wanted to go to normal school. So for now we stopped. And that's when I started to do this as a hobby and show people what I can still remember. Okay. Okay. Let me put the spring back on. By the way, if there's other sailors here or people that have sailed, or drop me a note, I'll happily share my experiences with you guys. We started in the Mediterranean, sailed across the Atlantic twice, Suriname, the Caribbean, up and down the Caribbean island chain, East Caribbean. There we go. ABC Islands, Colombia, Panama, Mexico, San Blas. I spent almost a year and a half in the San Blas. That was awesome. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now let me get my little felt to protect the front. Or should we take it off and clean it? I think I'm gonna take it off later. Let's first do the belt. So this is the little plate I was talking about. It's held together 1 or 2 screws, I think. Let's get the wires out of the way. Normally they did design it so you should be able to remove the screws. Let me get my flexible screwdriver. Because my flexible screwdriver, it can go around a corner. And in tight places like this, typically it's very, very easy, much easier than a shorty or a long screwdriver that you can't put in there. Now that it's loose, you don't need as much strength on the screw itself. And it comes out. Okay, there's one. Does it slide out of the way? No. There's the little wire holder. And now, yeah, there it is. Ooh, the flywheel is loose. It's held in there by this thing. Doesn't have any bearing. Let's pull it out. So here we have the belt, the old belt. That looks not bad, actually. I wonder if the new belt's going to be any better than this. Let's take it out. Capstan is now clean because we cleaned it. I'm going to need some light. Azimuth light. Well, it doesn't look too bad. I don't see much old grease on here. That's the take-up reel. That made a little bit of noise. So we'll take that out. Did that plate come out? I hope so. Let's put the flywheel aside for a bit. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to undo the front panel before I'm gonna lose all the screws. Put it in a little bin. Is that aluminium? Looks like it. That's nice. Pull the little knobs off. What is holding it? Oh, some LEDs with very short wires. Open this one up. Take the little front plate off. The cassette cover is held here by this little pin. And does it come out or do we need to lift it up? Okay, let me get the camera a little bit out of the way because I can't see it. Come on, there we go. Okay, I was too careful. Oh, and the capstan does have a bronze bearing. Here is belt, counter belt. Oh, that's a lot different. Let me take, if I can, the take-up reel out. Or is that not a good idea? I think that might be not such a good idea. Well, we can try and see what happens. Because it was making a little bit of noise. It's a whole assembly. And now I'm not sure if I want to do that. No, I don't think I want to do that, do I? But maybe I'm just going to have to. There's just too many levers in here. And I don't want to take this lever out. You know what? That's why it's making noise. It's friction driven with a big spring. Okay, let's put that one back. I doubt that I can improve on that, so Rene, you shouldn't mess with stuff you don't know how it works. That's what my dad always said. But then how do you learn, right? That's better. Now the noise is just from the spring, the friction spring. And it's part of the assembly. We'll see how it is with the cassette in, and maybe we can improve. But counterbelt, the shorter of the two. Oh, azimuth screw. The spring didn't want to work either. Let's see what happens. Okay. The azimuth screw was stuck by the Loctite on it. Let me get rid of the Loctite and then it should work again. You see all the green Loctite here at the azimuth screw? That was preventing the head from being able to be adjusted. So I'm just going to take that Loctite off and then make it go again. Oh, you know what I almost forgot? Put some Clean on the pinchroller. And I said we're going to do that so that it can dry while we work on it. And hopefully preserve the rubber a little bit. I'm going to get some coffee. And I'll be right back. And my apologies for not talking a whole lot because I don't know a lot about these decks. Normally I know the most common problems, how to take them apart. And this is just as much a discovery for me as it is, I think, most of you. Let's attach. Come on. Okie dokie. Main belt. Oh, and one of the subscribers asked what kind of oil this is. This is Isoflex PDP 65. And I use that for the sintered bearings and the capstan. It's a very light machine oil. Capstan goes in there, I hope. Aziz light. No, next to it. Find the right hole. I can clean the end of the capstan as well. Give that a good clean. Hardened grease off. And it's probably in here as well then. Clean this here. Okay. Now let me put a tiny bit of grease on the end, like so. New main belt. Oh, let me clean the motor before I forget. It's not too bad. Actually very clean. You know, I'm surprising. This whole machine it's not bad. It's just old. You know, the grease is old. But I don't see anything particularly worn out or anything like that. I may regret saying this, you know, I just jinxed it when we test it, but it doesn't look too bad. For now, I need my special tool, the little hook tool, and probably an easier way to do this. Much easier way, I just don't know how. That is better. Everybody needs this. I mean, it's so handy. Let's put some power in there and see how badly we screwed it up. The take-up reel's quiet again. It's got good torque. Let me see if the pinchroller is dried up. No, not quite. I'm gonna give that a little dry. Okay, I'm gonna give that a few minutes because it's not completely dry yet. So as you can see, the head and the pinchroller really cleaned up nicely. I'm quite happy how that turned out. Let's do some adjusting. I have the manual on my screen here. I'll put some screen captures, some pictures, so you know where the different adjustment points are. And we'll do, let me start it up, a quick azimuth test and adjustment. I'm really curious how this little machine performs. So let's do an azimuth test. There's a big difference between the channels. Let me see if we can do something about that. It might be playback level because I see a big difference on the meters as well. Although normally you don't see that big of a difference. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. That's it. Okay, well, that doesn't seem to be too bad, actually. I'm not holding my breath for wow and flutter on this little thing. Did replace the belts. Advanced speed is a little low. Wow and flutter around 0.1. Yeah, that's, I thought I heard something. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's still way better than any modern machine. What can I find? There we go. That's more like it. On flutter is a little high. Speed is still good. Let's try a different tape. Yeah, it's a bit higher. 0.09. Yeah, let's do some playback. Yeah, a little different. Meters are a little off as well. So it's the left channel. Now let me have a look in the manual. Left channel, VR 103, VR 104. 103, 104. Am I saying that right? No, 103, 203. So that's here. The meters are a little bit off and I saw a meter adjust. Meter level 102, 202. 102, 104, VR 102, 202. That one. Meters look okay to me. So we're gonna leave them at that. Let's see if we can make a recording. Let's put it on 400 hertz. 400 hertz. Let's put it on record. That's a bit loud. Meters are still a little bit off. Okay, let's do a little recording. Oh, that's a little low. Let's see if we can adjust that. VR 104, 204 there. So it's not these. This one and that one. Let's turn them up a little bit and see what happens. No, it's the other way around. That's better. 3. Let's check. It's still a little low. It's getting there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Now, just for the fun, let's do a 10 kilohertz recording and see what it's doing. That's a bit loud. Let's put it on 7 minus 10. Huh. For such an old deck. Okay, the recordings work. 10 kilohertz recording works. You know, it's not a very high-end deck. Speed was a little off. Heads were very dirty, so was the pinchroller. Fixed that, new belt, cleaned it up a little bit. Cleaned the rec play switch. Adjusted it. So we're gonna put it back together. You know, it's still a very nice looking deck. You know, it has this nice view meters. I'm gonna let you watch these while I'm putting it together. Back together. Final thoughts. Nikko ND 392. Beautiful little machine. The aesthetics are stunning, I believe. With the view meters here, the soft glowing meters. Visuals are very, very nice. But it shows its age. I think the transport, bit worn, wound flutter, bit high. Would I recommend it as a starter machine? If you come from listening to tape cassettes on a Walkman, this will be an improvement. If you already have a good tape deck, cassette deck, and you would like to upgrade, this is not the machine for you. If you want to put it into your vintage audio, vintage hi-fi rack system, this might be for you. You know, the occasional tape, playing the occasional cassette, it's a good little machine. Don't expect miracles. It cleaned up good. The components are available. Belts are available. Would I recommend it? Doubtful. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time.